Hey guys, it's Lou here from South Jersey, Philadelphia area X-Wing, and welcome to our first real episode of Comms Chatter, the show where we give you the experience of being at a tournament, but not actually playing in it. Today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at a tournament from the Games Keep in Westchester in early April. I was both running it and doing these recordings, so let's take a look. Hey guys, it's Lou here, and I'm with Mike Taglioni.
Hey guys.
Hey! And we're at Games Keep in Westchester at the tournament on, well, it's actually April Fool's Day.
It is.
I expected to show up and nobody would be here, but that didn't happen.
I'm surprised
So,
you're here, actually.
good. I am too. I was actually just wandering by, and they're like, hey, you want to run a tournament? I'm like, yeah, I got my stuff. Anyway, so how are we doing today, Mike?
So far, 1-0.
Do you want a pretzel?
The first round. I will pass on the pretzels because I'm starting to get sick.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about what you're running here.
Yeah, let's.
So let's see. Mike Taglioni, I don't know what ship that is. Of course, you wrote down everything in acronyms.
Yeah.
So, Rear Admiral Shiranu, Veteran Instincts,
Yes, sir.
Engine Upgrade, Dauntless Title, Intel Agent, Moffy J. Now, what's his full name?
Moff Gergerod.
Gergerod.
I
Yeah,
assume
Moffy
there's-
J's better.
Moffy J. I mean, he's a rap artist in that case.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren. Then you've also got Whisper, Veteran Instincts, Fire Control System, Advanced Cloak, Intel Agent, pretty standard. So now you were saying your first round went pretty well?
Went pretty well. I had 3 proximity mines dropped on the Decimator. I took 1 damage.
Wow.
Without Palpatine's help there, since he's not on the list.
Right.
The third one, technically I wouldn't count because it missed, but it was just by millimeters.
Wow.
But yeah, 1 damage off of 3 proxy mines I think is pretty good.
That is pretty good. Or was it just the firepower of the Decimator that really...
It was a combination of positioning, really. Since I had the larger Intel Agent bubble, I was able to predict, well, not really predict, but know where Whisper needed to be more often than not, and that prevented her from biting it early, because that was his primary goal.
Okay.
My opponent hit me with thread tracers early, so I had 3 target locks with 3 ships on me, so Whisper has to play really, really carefully there.
Yeah, I bet.
While he's focused on Whisper, the Decimator comes in and decimates.
So you killed 1/10 of his list.
Yes.
Yes.
To be fair, I only used Kylo once, and it was to get a blinded pilot crit when it didn't really matter, but it was funny anyway. And I'm really looking forward to knocking people out the airlock with Moffy J and the Funky Bunch.
Moffy J and the Funky Bunch. That's what the list should be called.
It should be, but
Moffy J
I'm
and the
not
Funky
that
Bunch.
creative
Yeah.
until I'm in front of the camera.
So now what's interesting here is you have 2 ships that are relatively old.
Right.
With upgrades, other than Kylo, is anything else here brand new?
I don't think so.
Not really. I mean Moffy J is from...
No, I think he came out with the Decimator.
Okay, so I mean either way.
Yeah, it's still like essentially Wave 5 and older. But I love the Decimator. That's been my favorite ship since Star Wars Galaxies, so since, say, 2005.
Now see, that's sad that you had to go through the trauma that was Star Wars Galaxy.
I did.
Actually, we've talked about this before, but it's a shame. It was a really cool idea.
It was.
I think they had a few weird execution ideas. Also, it came out around the same time as WoW.
Yeah, it was competing with WoW, which you don't
And
do.
no, because Galaxies was still kind of grindy.
That's another story.
Yeah, right. And that's also where the Seek Fighter comes from, right?
The Seek, there's about 5 ships right now that are from Galaxies. There's
Really?
the
Okay.
Red Guard Interceptor. It's just missing the winglets. The TIE Aggressor, the new one that's coming out, that's from Star Wars Galaxies. My second favorite ship from that series.
Okay.
The Seek is from it. The Heavy Seek, which is a title, but technically it's a ship from the game as well.
Okay.
And the Kirax.
The Kiraz. Now, I noticed that the Kiraz, it has, like, different levels in the game and looks different,
Yeah,
right?
they picked the worst designed one.
I was going to say, they took the one that had, like, everything on it.
Yeah.
It kind of looks cooler without that front part. It looks more like one of those Battlestar Galactica ships or something.
Yeah. If they ever do the Vaxi title, which, Alex Davey, hear me, do the Vaxi title.
I'm sure he's watching.
Yeah, he has to be. Release the alternate version of the ship to make it look like the Vaxi. Please. Pretty please.
All right, well, we'll see. I don't have much else to say to you, because I don't like you.
That's fair.
All right, well, I will check back in with you at about round 3, and we'll see how things are doing.
Hopefully I will have just take a complete nosedive, and I'm doing horribly by then.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what happens every time you play.
Yeah, I'm used to it now, so
all right.
It is what it is.
All right, so we'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back, and I'm here with Chip Crowe.
Hey Lou, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Not so bad.
All right. Chip is the organizer here for X-Wing at Games Keep. Him and Zach typically run the tournaments.
Yep.
So now, tell me about, on average, how often do you have tournaments here?
We try to do once a quarter.
Once a quarter.
And recently we've been mixing it up. We've got, like, Zach had a good idea to do, like, a random squad tournaments. We've done that.
Right.
We've had, I guess, store championships the last couple of years, so
Right.
we've been doing those. It's, it started out really small, like everywhere else, but I mean, I guess we got about 16 people today.
Yeah,
and
18.
We've been in the, 18? Oh, okay, great. And then for all the store championships, we've been in the 20s. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair.
It's a pretty good spot to be in.
For Armada too, we've been growing as well, and that started out really small, but in the last year, that's really picked up.
Oh, that's
so I
great.
think people are recognizing the depth in that game, whereas X-Wing is fun. Armada offers something a little bit different, especially for a lot of folks who have done miniatures, like classic miniatures, like Games Workshop and stuff. So
yeah, Armada, it seemed to build slower, but it is steady.
But I think once people got into it and realized, oh wow, this is really cool in terms of the strategy, I think it really caught on.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Now, actually, I think Games Keep is the farthest west store that we really
we are the outer rim. Yes.
Yeah, because there's nothing really between here and Harrisburg for that.
I think there's one small store in Lancaster, and people were very nice, but they were all attack wingers, and I left.
Oh man, Star Wars versus Star Trek.
6 feet under. That's there. I mean, very nice people, but they tried to convert me to attack wing, and I had to walk out. But yeah, Karl actually had a smaller location out on Matlack, and then he moved here. So I mean, this is a great space.
This is a really great space.
Yep.
I'm gonna take some footage of what's in the store. It's amazing how much product is here.
And Karl's a great owner. I mean, he always goes out of his way to help us with everything, and always gives us a good deal and stuff. So I mean,
absolutely,
hats off to him. He's a great guy.
So now, before we go, what are you flying today?
People will find this odd, but I am not a Corn Horn fan. I'm more of an Eton fan. Don't ask me why, but actually a fella I play with came up with an idea. He said, you always fly Eton on a 3-ship list. Why not try a 5-ship list so you can maximize his crit conversion?
Okay.
I said, okay. So I'm running him now with 2 Bandit squads, Z95s, and 2 attack shuttles, Zeb and Ezra. I just started flying it like 2 days ago, so it's an experiment. I mean, I tend not to. I know I'm not. I follow the meta, but I tend to just fly what I like.
Right.
So, yep.
So, and how are you doing with it? You're 1-1.
Right. But the first game I don't like TLTs. TLTs just destroyed me in the first game, but I played Colin in the last game, and it was a close game. It was really close. So, yep.
All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks for hosting everything, too.
Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. And all right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
So you're Karl Kemerer of Games Keep in Westchester, Pennsylvania?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm back, and this is Chris Deet.
Hey everyone.
Oh man, if you weren't actually Chris Deet, I was going to be really red-faced there. I knew.
Yeah.
I'm 99% confident on that one.
Well, you'll forget in a couple of months when I'm not around.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that. You're moving out to Pittsburgh, or back to
Pittsburgh. Yeah. But, just gotta go wreck that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some good players out there. Like Ryan Fleming he's been to a bunch of the opens, and I think there was some kind of open in England somewhere that he went to. So he's really good. Anytime I see him play, he's playing something that's like off the wall. So
I don't know. What do you like to fly at this point right now?
Right now, I've been screwing around with a double Millennium Falcon list.
Okay.
It's probably not good, but it was a reaction to the Kylo rack, like I'll show you the dark side, where it just has Chewie as one of them and determination on Rey. So if Chewie gets dealt the blinded pilot or what have you, it gets flip face down. If Rey gets dealt that, it just gets discarded. So it completely negates that. I was just like, okay, well that's a good place to start. And then we'll start building it however I want. So it's okay. Again, it's not great as far as what I've played against so far. But what I've and I was just talking to Mike about this. I think that the Shadowcaster really, like the prevalence of it recently with the Paratani and everything, it really kind of put into the consciousness of the players, like, hey, use a big ship that has like a good amount of toughness to it and just enough agility to get by, like just like a 2, or if you can raise it to a 3 or something. Like, what was I feel like, Nick run into fire spray.
Yes.
So it's like has 2 agility, has a lot of toughness. I think someone's running Brobots again today, which I haven't seen.
Yes,
in a
somebody
tournament.
is running Brobots.
I haven't seen that in a tournament in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shadowcasters and
the Brobots list is actually 2-1 right now.
Yeah. It's just like the Arc Dodgers really kind of got away, so the high agility ships aren't seeing a lot of play anymore, other than I guess in Kylo Rack.
Right.
But then you have the Millennium Falcon doesn't see a whole lot of play anymore, except for if you do like a evade upgrade or the evade title.
Well, I've seen Rey with Finn.
Yeah, that too.
And a U-wing. That always gets me.
Yeah, but it's like, whereas before you would focus on your re-rolling on your attack with like a Han,
right.
Now you're focusing on, well, the Finn can give you an extra defense die.
Yeah.
And people will do the evade, and they'll run R2-D2 Crewe.
Yep.
So when they, the shield goes away, they get the shield back. So like you have to do more than 3 damage to it around.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot in practice, at least, because I haven't been in a whole lot of tournaments the last couple of weeks or months. But yeah, I've seen a lot of that. So I've definitely been tooling around with stuff like that, where it's a little bit more agility on the big ships, but like definitely a lot to chew through.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see if that's just if that's an archetype that's starting to come in.
Yeah, maybe. Things are always changing, that's for sure. I can't keep track. Yeah. Now, here's a question that's going to make me sound like a, noob or something. Paratani. I understand the Atani part.
Yeah. All right.
What's the rest of the name?
So this is a secondhand story that was probably secondhand when I heard it.
Okay.
I think it was someone's forum name. The first person to propose it was Para something. I don't know. But that's what I heard.
So it is kind of something of a mystery. It's not that I just missed it.
Yeah, I think that if we did like any research at all, we'd probably figure it out very easily.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, even though you didn't get to play in the tournament or anything. And when is it you're moving back to Pittsburgh?
The end, or like mid-May, something like that. But I'll still have my apartment over here, so I'll still come up occasionally if there's a good enough tournament.
All right. Well, that's good. This place has some good tournaments.
Yeah, indeed.
So, all right. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Hey guys, it's round 3, so let's take a look around.
Oh, is it range?
Second shot
What we got here?
is
X-Wing!
Okay. Spaceships.
Alright, so
Let's go for
let's go range. No. Okay, what's 2?
What's your ability for your
3 hits.
yeah?
He's the one that gets right.
U-wing there. Got Aaron.
Katsuna's going to use all her shield. That train's going to fire very
What's that?
Is that legal to like stand way back?
Oh yeah. The only thing you can't do is like draw it out the
Next
hand.
up
It's
is
gonna be like
here. I'm gonna attack you.
Wait, measure your boost with your fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. You can't even go like trace it out.
Yeah.
I do have a turtle lock on you. Could I have it? Yep. So, hit, great.
With Ray.
So, 4 shoots.
Yep.
Next shot is your...
You're spending your vein? Okay.
He fires at the big one.
So she has 2.
little one.
Gamma's going to try the same thing. He's got threat tracers as well.
Alright, so that's everyone playing. Now let's take a look at this store. It's pretty impressive. Alright, we got RPG books over here. Look at all this. Dice Masters. Got a bunch of attack wing here. Look at that. Imperial Assault. X-Wing. I don't know anyone who plays that game. Wow. Look at that. Warhammer. Okay.
Just getting a look at everything. There's the owner, Karl. Hey, Karl. And then the part I love here. GMT games. Look at this. That's nuts. I've never seen that many of these in one place. Oh, man. I better stop or I'm going to buy something. Hey guys, it's me back again, and this guy.
I'm back too.
You're back too.
I am back.
Which is a shame. I really hoped you would have dropped by now.
Disappointed with myself.
I know. So, all right, let's ask, how have things been going with your list?
We're 3-0 now.
So you're doing terrible.
I'm doing absolutely terrible. If this was golf, I would probably be at the bottom of the pack.
So how have the different factors in your list and ships been doing in general?
So we'll just take it case by case. So round 2 I played Aaron. Aaron was running, was it 2 Arcs and Bigs? It was Shower Bay and Nora. I still don't remember what they do. So Intel Agent played a big part there because I was able to get the decloaks I needed until the very end when I put Whisper on a rock, which is typical for me.
Okay.
It was actually a pretty close game, though. And even though I have Kylo, I only used it once. Got 1 blinded pilot, and it was a clutch blinded pilot, but it mattered then. But other than that, I didn't really use him. I think he's there as like an oh crap button.
Okay.
Kind of like the Emperor, but it's a lot less likely to happen when you need it to.
Okay. Makes sense.
I mean, obviously you need to have the ability to get the crits you want when you want them.
Yeah.
So that's why I have him on a rack. That's why a lot of people have him on a rack, because he gets that crit.
So, Mike, do you think Kylo Ren is overpriced?
No, I think he's overpriced. He should be 2.5 points, but, I mean, because you're paying, it's an action to pull a crit out that you want, and it's only on 1/3 of the deck, I think. Okay. You can pull from anyway, and half the time, they're not good crits to pull anyway. It's a crew slot, which is important on the Decimator, and it's not dice modification either. So I think all 3 of those factors put together is overcosted point, but X-Wing isn't at 200 or 300 points, it's at 100. So it's either 2 or 3 points.
That's a good point. All right, cool. Well, good luck with the 4th round, and if you did win, that's going to make for a boring winner interview.
It will.
So I might just interview somebody else random.
I hope you do, because I can't stand you.
I know. I hate, God, your face.
I know, it's,
all right.
It's barren.
We'll be back.
Okay.
Well, not him.
Not me.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I'm here with Owen Whelan.
Hi.
So you came in 6th in this tournament, so that's pretty good. You went 3-1.
Went 3-1 and went all the way down to 6.
So now, what were you running? I don't have it right in front of me here.
Okay, so I had Jess, who is the T-70 X-Wing pilot.
Okay, Jess Pava.
Yeah,
Pava.
so she's the one who gets a reroll for each ship within range 1.
Okay.
For both offense and defense. I had 2 A-Wings, both with auto thrusters, Duke, and Snapshot.
Okay.
And then I had TIE Fighter, Ahsoka.
Right.
The Rebel TIE with the Sabine's Masterpiece and the
Captured TIE.
Captured TIE, that's the one. So that she can't get shot at, and VI to put her up.
Okay.
And
so
then,
now,
So the Rebel TIE has OpSpec on there.
Right.
So that means every shot I miss, I get a free focus. And then Jess has Swarm Leader, so she can take the evades.
Right. Okay. Now, so how did it end up working?
It's one of those lists that if you can get all the pieces together, it works very well.
Okay.
So what happens is I will move up, evade with both of the A-Wings, and then focus with the X-Wing. Ahsoka can move up, and then she can pass on an action, if she's not shooting, to one of the others. So they get another action in there. Then the A-Wings fire first. So if the enemy is nice enough to move into snapshot range, I can snapshot them, and then I can juke, because I have an evade, if they succeed in evading that attack. If I miss with the snapshots, I get a focus from the op-spec.
Right.
Then, when it comes to the shooting phase, I try to have 2 evades left over.
Okay.
The A-Wings fire first again. They can use Duke again.
Okay.
And then finally Jess can fire and then take 2 evades for a 5 dice or 6 dice punch. And and with 3 or 4 rerolls on there as well and a focus.
It's pretty good.
So it will leave a mark.
Now, how did that play out in this tournament?
I can shred big ships very fast. I didn't in that last game. But I took out Chewie in 2 rounds of combat, and the first round I only did 2 points of damage. So
it's pretty good. It's a lot of damage, especially considering there's A-Wings in the list.
Right, right. Well, the A-Wings are doing against a big ship. The A-Wings are doing the damage. They're effectively rolling 5 dice each plus another 6.
Yeah, and that's what's killer about it.
So the Alpha Strike is very strong. After that, once after the merge, things tend to go to hell. If I can hold the formation together, I can do very well. Okay. Jess can hold up to a lot of damage because she gets the rerolls on defense. If the enemy can scatter my forces, though, then everything starts to go really pear-shaped, and that's what happened in the last game.
Yeah. So now, you were at the Top Deck tournament recently. Where are you coming from?
I'm from Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly? Okay. Yeah, so it's not hard to get. You're pretty much centralized.
Right. Put another way, everywhere is equally far from me.
Well, okay, you could look at it that way. Yeah. How long have you been playing X-Wing?
I've been playing X-Wing for maybe 2 years.
Okay, so pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah,
almost.
It was about wave 4 when I
Wave
started.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been playing MindLink for ages before I moved to Philly. I played MindLink exclusively with the. It was kind of a version of Paratini, but the way I built it was I had Fen, Manaru, and then I took Sarisu. So that's what I took to the West Virginia Regionals, and I did okay there. So I made it to the final before the K-Wing Bombers got me. So
all right. Well, you know what? Congratulations on that, and doing pretty good here. I mean, you went 3-1.
3-1.
So all right.
All right.
Let me shake your hand here.
Cheers.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right.
And I will see you guys later and figure out how I want to end this. So.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Comms Chatter. And special thanks to the Games Keep and Karl for hosting a great tournament. Also thanks to Chip Crowe, Chris Deet, and Owen Whelan for the interviews. And Mike Taglioni for acting as both a co-host and the jerk who won the tournament. So I said before I don't really have a great sign-off. I've always been working on it. But I did some research on YouTube, and so here's my new sign-off. Hey, if you like what you see, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. That was pretty good.